What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it looked like Caitlin Clark and Christie Size just set the record straight about tonight big win in Washington. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way to D.C. Let's get it. Let's go. Want to hear no more hate towards Caitlin Clark, bruh. None whatsoever. What she displayed tonight was an MVP caliber performance, and she's only a rookie. Caitlin Clark arrived in D.C. on a mission to drop missiles, baby, because that is exactly what she did in Washington tonight. The young lady is incredible. She had a whopping 30 points, 7 3-pointers, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists as a rookie. Bruh, Caitlin Clark is the real deal, Holyfield. She went off tonight. And not only did Caitlin Clark put on a show, the team as a whole, bruh, they scored 16 threes, which is a franchise record for the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark and this team came out gunslinging. They left Washington with the dub. The final score was 82-5. The Indiana Fever pick up their third win of the season. Do I smell a win streak coming along? As of right now, we don't know. But this one right here feels good, and I know it does for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever fan base as a whole. With all that being said, Christie Size and Caitlin Clark spoke with reporters immediately after this game. Let's roll the footage.
What I remember the most is I thought our defense in the first quarter was really good, and we really fell off in the second. So I really can't wait to get back and look at that and see kind of where we dropped the ball. I know we let a lot of dribble penetration happen that second quarter, so we got to do a better job of keeping our man in front.
Go second row on the left, coach.
Your left.
I'm sure, with Caitlin's adjustment to the W, the speed and length just make for different looks, especially on threes. It seemed like in the third quarter when she was getting going, she was coming off some screens and things like that. But is it a matter of scheming her open, or is it a matter of winning her for her to feel it, or is it some combination of both?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, she did start feeling it. When she gets hot, like, she can be really dangerous. But we have to do a better job. We need to get her off some screens so she doesn't have to work so hard. I mean, her in a drag in the middle of the floor early in the shot clock, it opens up everything for everyone else, but the ball gets out of her hands. And then we've got to be able to spit it out or attack the rim right there. But I think she started feeling it late, which is, always a good thing for us.
Christie, go first row right in front of you.
Yeah, you mentioned the second quarter defense, and I also believe you didn't have a field goal for the final 7 minutes of that quarter. Just what broke down there, and how did you adjust at halftime?
Yeah, I think we only had 14 in that quarter. We were letting people get biased, and then we kind of let our defense dictate how we were playing offensively. We weren't getting those stops like we were getting in the first quarter, and then we were getting out and running. We weren't getting those stops in the second, and then we just stopped executing. So we've got to be able to put those two together.
Stay first row on the right to Matt.
Christie, obviously you want to win every game. The way that this one was shaping up, Washington, second night of a back-to-back. You guys have a 4-day rest. They haven't won a game yet. From a coaching perspective, did this turn to we want to win this really badly to we must win this game?
No, we want to win every game, man. Like, we show up to win every single game, period. They give it credit to Washington. They hit some big shots. I mean, we hit, I think we have a record with threes, but I mean, they hit some big shots late, and then we've got to be able to hit our free throws at the end of the game to seal the deal.
There you got one on Zoom, Brad Lake. Brad, you want to go ahead?
Yes. Hi, Coach. How are you? What does a win like this mean to the team as you head to your match Monday with the Sun?
Yeah, I mean, a win anytime just gives you a breath of fresh air, gets you some more wind in your sails. They were, really excited in the locker room. We didn't talk much basketball after. We'll do that when we get back, and then we'll focus on Connecticut. It just felt good to get this win going on to Connecticut.
Got last one on Zoom, Daniel Artest.
Hey, Coach Size, Daniel Artest from 9450. Congratulations on your win. After such a hectic schedule with these 11 games in the last 20 days, how did you and the team utilize these few days off to recover, recharge? Like, what strategies did you find most effective in making the most of this win tonight?
Yeah, it was more about getting them the rest they needed. They were pretty beat up, so it was about getting rehab, recovery, giving them time off their feet, time away from each other just to breathe. I mean, 11 and 20 was, that was really tough on them, and mentally as well. So that just getting that little mental break. But then when they came back, just the way they came back and we were practicing those couple of days, I mean, they really came back ready to go. We were able to improve, got to figure out how to put it all together for 4 quarters.
Go second row here on the left.
Caitlin, kind of wanted to pick up on what you were asked before the game about this whirlwind schedule, 11 games in 20 days, I think it was. Obviously, that's physically taxing after a college season, but in some ways, has that kind of made there no kind of gaps to kind of soak in what people are saying about you or narratives around your game?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like there's not time to sulk from a loss. Like it's just one after the next, but at the same time, like all of us would say, like that's just not ideal. It's not an ideal way to play basketball. I think you could see the exhaustion on our faces, more mentally than probably physically. Obviously, physically we're exhausted, but I think mentally it's hard to stay sharp in those moments when you're going game to game, and mental preparation is probably the most important thing. So, proud of our group. Certainly battled, and now we feel like we're kind of through that hump, and we had a couple days of practice and time to kind of improve in ways that we thought we needed to improve. And I thought we came out here, and the Mystics are a great team. It feels like they're in so many close games all throughout the season. So another close one tonight, and we found a way to battle and get done.
Front row, Chloe on the right.
Yeah, for either of you, there was that 7-minute stretch in the second quarter where you didn't have a field goal. Just what was the halftime message?
We honestly just ran through a ton of our plays. Like I feel like we've gone from like we've only been able to put stuff in walkthroughs and shoot arounds, and like we haven't had time to like actually work on it versus live competition versus our practice boys. And we worked a lot on our defense too. We worked a lot versus the blitz because we've just been getting blitzed so much on ball screens this year. So it was good to get in the gym and be able to work on that with our 4 and 5 player and myself and Edub and Wally, whoever's taking care of the ball, just to get a little bit more comfortable and know our exact reads out of those. So I would say all those things, but it wasn't anything like complex. It was just like a simple practice of like getting to actually play live and work on set plays and our defense and things like that.
Go first row on the right to Matt.
Hi, Caitlin. In the middle of your 7 threes, did you ever kind of pause and kind of consciously realize like, whoa, Kate Lou's sister is guarding me on most of the possessions in this game?
No, I did not think that. I feel like as a competitor, like you don't even know who's guarding you half the time. I think and I know Richard's guarded me some there in the third, maybe at the beginning of the fourth. So I think just, attack no matter who it is. Like you can't get too frazzled about, if it's somebody really great guarding you or no matter who's across from you, you just want to dominate and have that mindset. And I don't even know if her and Katie Lou talked to
On the right, start the first one on the aisle.
Caitlin, you had that stretch in the second half where you're hitting 1-3 after another. What's that like? What goes through your mind of like it's falling and it's a forward?
Well, I started off missing my first 2, so it was kind of annoying because both of them were pretty open. But I think just keep shooting. That's what shooters do. And honestly, I thought my teammates set really good screens. And I think that just shows like when you set and use screens, like no matter what you're running, even if the other team knows it, like it can still be really effective. Katie Lou set a couple of really great screens and got me open. So I was just able to create off of those, and as a shooter, once you see 1 and 2 go in, the basket just looks bigger and bigger. So that's kind of what I was feeling.
That was Caitlin Clark and Christie Size setting the record straight about tonight's game in Washington. And a lot of information is starting to come out with media outlets about the attendance of tonight's game. It's being reported that Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever drew a sellout crowd of 20,333 fans for tonight's game against the Washington Mystics, the WNBA most attended game in 17 years, bro. Wow. These teams have a combined record of 3-20, and it's the first ever 1 million plus gate for the Mystics. This whole situation is crazy. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. This is definitely the Caitlin Clark effect. Get down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them bells on because you know I'm coming right back with some more heat. And like always, man, until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.